So the weather today is kind of cloudy, but I'm enjoying to be outside. Talking about the system and all my packages for exploring. I did have, beside everything, a directory. I came to directory. It is a package which is it's kind of giving information on different businesses, and businesses can add different pictures. So it's I can have like a normal way search, full and form, which is like, I would say, my normal way, but I wanted to expand, so I came to a certain package which is like a directory for different businesses. They can add business pictures. It's just a directory which is not the really search engine, but the search engine can pull that. So today I see like Yelp, maybe there are some other ones. It is my original package from '92, and I will tell more. I'm in Corona del Mar today. Look, if you want to see my location. So why I think directory is good? Because I wanted to expand my system, and to me sometimes if I have just a list, like normal list forming after search, so you submit the search and you have forming, right? You have businesses. To me sometimes it looks kind of too simple. For me, system, I need to have kind of more complete, more interesting. And because of certain logics I had, in some way I like something else. First of all, I don't know what the user, suppose I have many users right on the system, I don't know what user are gonna post about themselves, about different things. I don't know for sure, because in my mind it could be one thing, but in reality it's something else. So, and even if I pull from the search, it would be more like, let's say, corporate side, just a corporate side. Now, or like just a business side, right? And then it's a restaurant or something. So people need to look at restaurants. For instance, I like Thai food, right? And I just type Thai food. In my directory it would have like Thai food, and I would put the city for location. Now for my search engine, I could add this filter. It would give me a list. I could use that way, but then I would have filter, but for things they put, not me. So if I want to be an alternative person, they can put whatever they want, but sometimes people exaggerate. Sometimes people, it's normal to hear we're the best, my business is the best, everybody's the best, my trading is the best, and everybody says the best. But the thing is, if you rate, it might turn out they're not the best or something else. So it's normal. People sometimes they want to sell, and because of certain reasons they start to bend to this side or other side. And also beside that, I had some other thinking. So suppose me is alternative person. This alternative person, and again, it's not my businesses, none of my mind, and I have a package, I have a software which it can be both. It can be made by my people, or it could be like added by them, so you allow them to add, but it's within certain structured environment or ways that you predetermine. So they need to follow certain, like those questions, answers, and at the end it will be like a final page and look that would come later when people search. So for instance, I look for Thai food. In my case, if I submit Thai food, it would give me a list of Thai food. Well, it would be by location. Suppose it was for me, I came to idea by location. Suppose I'm in Corona del Mar and I type, no, I am Corona del Mar, but suppose I am planning to go to Corona del Mar, or I am in Corona del Mar. So I type like Thai food, Corona del Mar, and then I have a list, either one or two, depending on how close they are. And then you click on that, and it would give you the business phone number, and in my case it would allow them to add some pictures. They will add some pictures here and there, contact number, and everything. So I am an alternative person, which is allowing them to add. Now in other ways too, like some people might say, we want you to add us. It's okay to add too. Just I can say, send me a few pictures, I want to show your business. Because my directory actually had two kinds. One with pictures, more simple. No, one with pictures and one more simple, without pictures or anything. Because I thought, I did have sometimes for the same things, few different variations. Because I was planning to go to rich people, to investors, and if they say, oh, this one we don't like, I would have some second or third sometimes offer. So I had like directory. I came to idea of directory, separate package. Now I had like what is similar to wiki. Wiki is like information about certain things. Like say you submit like guitar, or let's say Stacko. What is Stacko? And it would give you the answer. What is Stacko, right? Or whatever, anything you submit. But if I submit restaurant by location, it could give me restaurant by location, and I can put them on the same side. Like for search engine, for me originally was like to put the information on the right side. So like what you see Google today, you have that one comes up Thai restaurant. That comes up like after search, right? Certain list, and you have wiki on the side, on the right side. But for like if you submit Thai restaurant Orange or Corona del Mar or any other city, it would, beside that, in my case I could put a directory which is similar to Yelp today. I believe Yelp started from my ex-wife, because that's my way. That's my way from my system. Believe me, it's not internet. So what else? So in my case, I was thinking it's good to have that because it's just a shorter version. And again, me as an alternative person. In this case, if I would have a search engine, I could put this extra to that certain directory. It's just a quicker way instead of going through the list and all that. Because to me, it's just the list is kind of boring. So I expanded to different packages and different directory or information or things like that. So that's what you see today actually. I don't see Yelp, but I see Wiki on the side. My other thinking was like, if I have directory, let's say the restaurant, any restaurant, let's say McDonald's, and it gives me McDonald's and all McDonald's around. Let's say I submit Corona del Mar, give Corona del Mar, maybe some neighboring towns or cities around. And then in that case, okay, I have this, I have that. Maybe I'm at the end of this city, maybe the other one is closer, so I just look at that. I could use maps, of course, to find a business, but because for me originally maps were to find a business or a certain address. Because when you put where you're going to, you should put address. So I could use that way, but for me directory was something different than the maps, because maps for me were like mostly for maps purposes and directory for directory purposes. Now if I talk about what to post there, it was, for me it was quite simple, but certain information which is helpful, and again it can have a link to the business. So I'm an alternative person making for money, but then later if they really want, I can link, because I have a link, you can click on it, it will take to their site if they really want. Now that was like for me, in case if I have a search engine. So for me it would be easier to pay, because like I see Google is doing, they have Wiki, which is non-profit. I don't know Yelp if that is non-profit or profit. But for me it was like, because my search engine, I have capital, I can easily put any directory as long as my money allow me to do that. So I would say, to me, when I came to the package, I realized I have something kind of more complete, I guess. So something more like I would like to see. The Yelp is not my name, but for me it was like helpful directory, I guess. Yelp is something, I don't know who gave that for what. A lot of names are not mine. They use mine, but the names are not mine. So I will try to find certain examples to show why I like, and I would need to take a look at the sites and see what can I say. So I was thinking about information, right? I was thinking about directory for different businesses, putting directory for my search engine. Then because I came to maps. For me, it was important, like from here to there, to know direction. But then later, because I had a directory, like certain restaurant, like you wanna go to, like, say, any restaurant, like Polish restaurant. So later my development was, because you have a directory and you have the address, so that address should work with maps. So in this case, I came to decision to have different businesses on my map. So what you see today, like Google, when you type restaurant, it will give you restaurant in location. So that was my development, that was my innovative thinking, not just to drive from here to there, but when you have certain business, you can see on the map that business. So like today, if you ask Google Map people for the before prototype who can talk about innovation, most likely they don't have anyone, because they were talking about mine. Because my system allows to have different businesses, sites, right? And because I have maps where you can put address and where you can see to drive from here to there, for me it's easy to put any business on the map because I have all the sites on the map. So not on the map, all the sites on the system. So so on the map I can have pretty much any business if I like, because I thought, okay, I have this map and it would be quite good to see that business. So like if you type restaurant in directory, my beginning was directory, and then I combined directory with my maps. So I had like this. First I had maps, simple maps, but to drive. And then when I was thinking about directory, I changed maps to help you to find the business. So maps were kind of like first one part, and then later, much later, the second part. So to find a business. Now, then I turned to thinking to have directory with the maps together. Maybe I don't need directory, but then maybe I need directory. So, but then I thought, no, maybe I need it, because I thought, like, you go to, like, you need to find certain local business. You don't need maps. You can add maps there. To me, it's like, if you, like Yelp, if you go to like Yelp today, that's my directory, right? Like that kind. I think there are a few the same similar ones. So if you go to find a business, okay, because for me to find a business, I did, like, besides search engine, at least one after one, I just want certain directory, location, telephone number, you know, what sort of business and stuff like that, and maybe some pictures, you know. So for me it was important, okay, I have directory. And then because if people are looking for certain business, sometimes I didn't like to go through the list and pages. I just like certain place. It's like a short information about the particular business. and I can add them to my search engine to the site, just like you see Wiki today for Google on the site. Now, what else I can say? So I had that kind, but then maps. I like to have maps, so maps should show you. Now, in some cases, I thought if I have business directory, you can see on the map, then it's quite good would be to have businesses on the map, So my maps kind of in directory works together. I would say I came to conclusion maps and directory work together, because in some sense maps are helping for people to find the place. In some sense it's that kind of directory. So one thing is information, and the second part is like how to drive, how to get it. So I thought actually I'm still thinking that's my innovative idea, because in '92 I did not see even any map, just a map, like to drive from here to there. I didn't see even like this anyway. I didn't see, well, internal networks, they didn't allow public, so they have no need to show them maps how to drive from here to there, because public could not use their computers. And just like Bloomberg, he was information provider, and just like AutoZones, it's just for them to use, it's not for public. It's not for walking people asking questions how to drive here and there, and he will answer. Now those like rest area or welcome centers or information centers, like when you drive between states, I did not see any computers. They had showing direction from here to there, or helping to find a business. So I actually did think, and I still think, that is innovative ideas to have map and showing you how to drive. And if you need business, you can see it on the map. And at the same time, you can see direction, because my map would show the direction to that place. So, if somebody needs to talk, I can talk at Innovation Center before prototype, because prototype somebody was implementing. I'm not really a programmer. I did try to program certain things in my home, in my house, because I had a computer and it was like certain things you need to program. I had like a small group, but I did, the time of thinking about the system, I did have computer, I did try to program certain stuff, but I'm not really a programmer. I did understand principles, those submitting and all those exact names and all that. I don't know, I did see, I kind of know what it's about, but I'm not really a programmer sitting every day and programming. But for me it was important innovative ideas, because I had a computer and it was like a book on programming. Yeah, you program certain things like commands, or you program something and then something comes on the computer, on the screen. But the thing is, that part what you program, what should appear on the screen, you need to have design thinking for this. You cannot just, otherwise it will be very simple and kind of, because that book I had is like very simple kind of programming. Commands this, something appear, square kind of appear, whatever. You need to have, in my case, I have a system and I have packages, software, certain layouts and ways, and certain structure that allows certain concept to work. I have something workable kind of model. So for me it was important to have that model and how it looks. I do think how it looks, because this part is important. Because I was sitting with a computer, but you can program, but if sometimes it's a problem, what do I program? You know, like I've tried to program, but for me it was a problem. What else can I program? Okay, they say program, but what else? What do I program? It means I program what I like, something that I like. What do I like? That's a problem. So, in some sense, I put aside all the programming. I had programming book, some kind of small one. I put aside the programming, and I came to a conclusion. Actually, before you program, you need to really think deeply about what you're going to program. What kind of software you would like to have before you even start to program anything. Because when you program, you basically need to know already final result, what you're gonna have. You program something to achieve some kind of final goal, but you need to have that. It's like a painting. The artist, right? They have a portrait. You need to have a person, and then you have brushes, oil painting, canvas, and stand, whatever. Different, those different things they use. So you start to paint, you paint a person, and then at the end, what you have on canvas is a person, right? So to me, programming is like that. Like in my case, for me, I have a book, but I don't know. It's like nobody, no person to paint. It's like paint. It's like abstractive painting I can paint, but like if I want certain person to paint, I need the person, right? So for me, it was like that. Okay, I need to come to certain package, certain this and this, and then because I was not really a programmer, but I was familiar, but I wasn't a programmer that like 100%. So for me, it was like, okay, if I come to certain package, something that they can program. That's what my actual goal was. All my design thinking actually is done until like a prototype. When you have prototype, that's when you need programmers, and they program that one. But if today you ask many programmers whatever they program, they don't know where it came from, because they know it's not there. Someone told them it's not their thinking. A lot of it is not their thinking. Like maps. First of all, to have maps, you need a system, because that's a big software. It will be sitting on the system. It's not sitting on user's end. Like before, if there is like 1 billion, another billion, and they have wires between, you need to have. You need to assume you have a lot of people, right? So it's impossible. I mean, okay, where you gonna put software? Which building they're gonna access? It's like it's kind of, there would be user to user, no, business to business, cable between, but if you assume a lot of people, where they're gonna connect to? So that's what I had. I came to that external system, and I don't care. Those buildings can still have own cables between themselves, their network, but I came to own system where I can put maps, where I can put those different restaurants, and because I have maps and I have addresses of certain businesses, I can find them on a map. And because based on my original way, my map should show driving from here to there, how to drive this way or second way. So I could make it. Now in that case, 1 building, second building, they can cables between, but if they want to see maps and restaurants, they go to my network and they can pull it. It's how I had in 92. And that directory is actually helpful because realistically, always, like, everybody had computers and some had networks between, but they didn't have that something external that would have a big source of different businesses and big source of like maps and all that. So for them actually good, because that's why I say my system is more information system than a network, because when I have a lot of information and a lot of supportive things, it becomes information system. It's not really a internet or web. Like I said, web is only to transmit the signal, and internet is a network configuration. It's not a system. It's not something allowing you to store different sites or store different maps and all that. That was my innovative thinking. Now, another part of directory, like pictures. So like I see, that's what they have. When you see Google Maps, you have pictures. That's my way. When you have beside directory, you have pictures. And what Google have is sort of how to drive. Not only Google. I think it was like MapQuest.com. There are a few sites. Pretty much they play within that one. That's what I have. Now, these maps and the businesses, they can be international for me in 92 because my system is international. I came to international network, so that's what happened. That's what you see, international network, and you can find on the map not only like in the United States. You can find, let's say, Canada or Mexico or Europe or any other place. Because I did think in 92, believe it or not, many might disagree, but in 92 I did think there is not really any international system for people. First of all, it wasn't any system for people. Well, AOL was trying to do something in New York, but like overall, if you look at the United States, it wasn't any system that people can go and log in. Like I told you, I went to a computer shop. They don't have it, and in general, they didn't have access. You could not pay money to have access to network. You could not rent anything for network. So at that time, well, it was network between banks, or maybe between certain like AutoZone or certain like Bloomberg, but for public, there is nothing was like that. And if you talk about international network, it was even less, So, but in my case, I came to international network and the system. So because I had maps and I had directory, because my system is international, now you can have international information, international, pretty much search and direct. That's what you see today. I know it's my system, but I know there is no way somebody can match. It's just too many numbers to match, There is no chance to win, really. That's why some people feel uncomfortable about questions, because they know before prototype it's not their thinking. So they avoid. Now, I will show a few things at home about about directory and maps, because it's all kind of together to me. And then I'll do some other videos. Okay, now take a look at Yelp. Well, first of all, this is design thinking. This is my design thinking. So you have on the top, you have this. Now one of them, like I said, is wiki. I didn't call wiki, but like information. And the second one is directory. And you see, I had the same. This is my way, like this. Put on the side. Now, why I did already say I could submit any name of business. It could be on the list. Now this would be like, I would say, directory for many. Okay, and like for instance, I type like let's say computer store. Okay, near me. Okay, now I have computer store near me. Okay, now another site, I go to Yelp. It's a different one, so I say computer store. I don't need Irvine, I just say Orange County. Orange County. Now I have this one. It's two different stores. This is directory for Orange County computer stores. So in my case, I had a list of different businesses. Now if you click on this, it would give you more information, right? Just give you more information, hours, whatever, just give you more information. Now in my case, I had linked to, they have probably two, somewhere linked to the business. Okay, so that's my thinking. I need to have a business on a list. You click on it, more about business, and then I came to the idea to have a map, because I already came to the map, but for me map was only let's say for how to get from this point to this point, just if I'm driving, how to get from this city to that city, or from this city to some village. Okay, so in my case, in case of driving maps, it just gives me a direction line. Okay, then I came to this directory when I have by certain area, like this, in this case Orange County, by certain area and what kind of business, and I have a list and I have a map, put them on the map. So then that's what I had kind of my other thinking. Okay, if I have search engine and I have maps and I have directory and maps, so then maps can have those different businesses. So I changed my maps. Later I changed my maps because of this part, because of directory, because of this. I changed my maps to bigger maps. Okay, so let me see what else they have. What I said okay, directory like this. Let me see. I will show you maps later. Let's say other directories. What else? I don't prepare speeches. I just checking directory. I just checking, directory. Directory. businesses. So be. In my case, was mostly for businesses, but it can be much more than that. Because I thought where to put. Again, this is my way of design thinking. It's not web directory. Web didn't come to this. Web is only for the signal transmittal signal over the wire. Web is not design thinker. You can check, I'm telling. This is my system. I can remove web completely. I can go with some other way to go through the wire, and it's still going to be a system. It's not web's directory. Somebody gave that name unrelated. I think this is my ex-wife give this name, or somebody, her people give this name, because this is unrelated name. They make impression look like web came. Web never came to this, or no one came, but it's not true. They implement mine. So this is my system. This is what people explore. Believe it or not, that's why Google doesn't feel comfortable about questions, because this is not their system. They were implementing my system. Okay, now, but anyway, I'm gonna tell you. I'm just checking for business director. But basically, I had let's say go back to Yelp. I don't want to keep searching, take your time. Let's go back to Yelp. So suppose this is Yelp, right? So you put like what? Let's say restaurant. Okay, Orange County. Now, in my case, I had one with pictures, one without pictures. Like I said, it could be more simple one. Like this one, you click. Let's say more compact version. This would allow them to add pictures. This would be a directory made by IO for them. Like this example would IO for them. Okay, so they put. Now another one I could make. So for instance, this is more like a with picture kind. Now it could be more simple. Just kind of more Craigslist kind of today. So and then it just gives you information. Yeah, and add some pictures, little bit, or maybe not pictures at all. So now coming back to maps. So because, like I said, I came to this idea and I came to this idea to have them on a map. All this like real estate. Okay, if I have this one and this one on the map, now many times I thought every time I have on the map. Now in this case, okay, if I have maps, I decided I can put whatever business there, since it can show on the map, then I can have it here too. So basically I changed later my maps to let's say computer store, let's say like this. Okay, so for instance, computer store, see, you type computer store, now it gives you computer store. So basically this and this is the same as whatever I was showing to you on my directory. So because this one is like you can do, but this is like a more simple version. I decided to make this is more a simple version of the directory. So suppose you click on this, and this one, you see, it's like a shorter version. It gives you some information, but not everything. Now, if you, what was the name? Hold on. Okay, whatever, computer store. Computer, let's say computer repair. Now, you see, suppose computer repair. Okay, solution. Let's go with this. Computer repair solution. Okay, I copy. Okay, so this is this I came to this more simple version. So this doesn't tell you much, right? Well, you can go to the site. That's what you see. But this one, you see direction, how to drive. Now, how to drive. This is like, in case you don't need too much of information, but this is more just like to find business and drive. And you are not really trying to kind of explore or understand, or you're not trying to get into different details. So this one is just okay. Now suppose you put computer repair and you say like Irvine, California. Now this was my way to show the line how to go, and maybe alternative way. The alternative way. This show by alternative way. Okay. Now if I go back, so this my map. So this my map. Second part I came to it much later when I was thinking about directive. Now when I go back to let me see. When I go back to that Yelp, where's Yelp? Just easier just to type Yelp. Now suppose to type Yelp, right? Now what I'm trying to find is computer repair solution Irvine. Where's that business? Now you see, it's not every business gonna be here, you see, but I was trying to make it like all, you know. Now what do you see now? This give you this based on my way. It should give you more information. It should give you more information. So to me this is more like complete information. But this, you see, is I'm an alternative person. This platform does not belong to Repair Solution. If you like this one, would you see the link? This would take you to this Computer Solutions. See you later. You see, it means you go to their site. Now, but this is my site. I'm an alternative person, and I have different businesses directly. Now, when I was thinking about financing, this would be a part of my search engine. I'm not sure who is the owner of Yelp, but in my case it would be a part of my system. That's why I put on the site just like they have wiki, because for me, I look at overall picture. I did not think about financing for every single part, how to resolve. For me, it's just is one thing. Now, based on this, you see it's much more than you see on Google Maps. It could be even more than this. Like say, I would offer them to add pictures, and they would offer more. They would put different pictures inside of business or whatever outside. Well, you see here direct. So see this link to map. That's what I'm saying. I came to this part. Many people might think it started from Google. For me, it started from this directory, and then later I went back and I expanded my maps, because I already have this here. Why do I need to keep maps without? Well, I say it could be simple, but to me, I expanded maps. Let's take a look at I think it's called map quest. Let's take a look at this one, MapQuest. Actually, at some point I thought this is a good MapQuest is good. You see, they put businesses. So like this, put in businesses. It was for me, like I said, in time of directory. It was my later. First maps, later this. So later, if you say hotels, it should show you hotels probably. Yeah, it should show you hotel on the map. That's how. That's so. That's my design thinking for the maps and direct. Now, if I go to design thinking, images. I like the big one, like this one. So what? I understand. What do I understand? Well, I understand that if I say like this, if I go to like, okay, I keep this one. If I go to like computer store, right? For instance, computer store. Yeah, I have them on the list, but like if I have them on the list, in my case, yeah, I can have a list, but if you click on it, it's their site. It is their site. To me, it is their site. Okay. See, it's their site. Well, I don't know, whatever. This is their store, I guess. But if you go to website, suppose somebody have website, okay, like this. So suppose this is their site. As you go to their site, that's what I was saying. This is they can tell about themselves, but there is not alternative kind of person talking, right? There is no what they call it, other side of the book, or another view. So this like a shorter information. Yeah, I had shorter information for the maps. Okay, but this is very short, you see. Computer store near me. And then, but I understand, okay, if I have all this, if I decided I can have a filter, I can have a near me, but I would need to put on a list them. So what I'm saying is basically if I have this my system, right? If I have not my store, my packages, and if I pull them, if I put them on a list, if I pull them, all of them they would be not my store, not my stores. Okay, so this is not my stores. Now I can put them on the map, not my store, but like I said before, I just understand. I understand for myself. I would have, just imagine, I would have like this simple look, okay, and not my store. Yeah, I could put them, but I came to put on a list like this later, like I said. So if I type like Yelp, this is would be like other side of the book, kind of like wiki. So alternative person, yeah, the same computer, right? Whatever, let's say computer solution, but it would be, well, you see, this is my platform. I'm like a alternative person, right? So it's like wiki, I guess they call it wiki. Alternative person. It's not here. It's not like, you see, it's not like the business. Like here, I can have like certain alternative view, like certain ratings or certain things, or people's talk like chat or whatever. So like this is chat. So this one, what people think about that business. So you see like this, people think about their business. So this alternative view on that kind of business, because like I said, business can advertise and they can say all kind of nice things, but in reality is not nice. So, but this like a people's opinion, and it could be even better business bureau and things like that. So I understand. I have what I understand. I understand. I don't have alternative view on businesses, for instance. I understand. It's just too simple. It just goes like, you know, it just going like one after one. Yeah, I can put them on the map. I can be satisfied, but I just decided to expand like the alternative view kind of area, right? So then I observed point of view, idea, brainstorming, thinking about this, that, disco, what they say, define different decisions, trying to make different decisions, challenges. There is a challenge, in some way challenge. Uh, what can I do? Okay, I have idea directly. What can I do about that idea? How I'm gonna put this? So my way is like to have a map, to have a business. Um, you expand, you see my own business, contacts, pictures. And now this for me was basically for all my system. It can be international, United States, national, international. So if I look at let me see. Let me see different things. So gain deep understanding of user experience. So I think user experience is good. Actually, I did like the idea of to have this on the map. I mean, beside this information, to have this on a map, and later I thought it's quite good. I have maps. I have maps with the business. So my maps not only can show the how to drive, you know, it just gives information. You see, like this information. So the information link to. Again, this is not web, like I said. This is my design thinking, not webs. So because sometimes you can see web. Now that's pretty much it. So like I said before, directory is kind of more complete. It's more about different things. It could be more even than on maps, because on maps maybe it depends on if you have money. On maps maybe you can put major ones, but here it could be like a lot of the small ones. Community. This one I can pull from a community site too. I mean, yeah, there is one way you can pull it too. You can make very short and make a link, but if they don't want to put like this one, for instance, if they don't want to put anything like this, I can just make by myself and put a link, and that's it. So that's it. That would be about my design thinking. So I ideate, come to different solutions, come to different ideas, and then I make certain design layout, and that's final result. Pretty much what you see on Google is pretty much my way. Because before, like I said, with 92, all I had in my car is Atlas. So you can imagine this is like would be Atlas. It would not show anything like this, and it would not show how to drive. So after a certain time, I came to this computer solution, like a business, short, very short information on that, and then directions, because my map would allow directions. But if I want more, I would go to like Yelp. I might even add here, because I'm one person at that time, I could do it here, directory, for instance. You click on that and it would give you more information on that business. I could do that. That's all I can say. If you have any questions, let me know.